Hey guys, we're on shelf 6 now, and first up we got Shudder, and I really do like these Japanese remakes. I think they're really cool. It brings it, by remaking this, it allows me to see a movie I probably wouldn't have originally seen. Sure, the original might be scarier, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was good. Pacey is in this from Dawson's Creek, and also another female that I think is going to have a great career in acting. She's new and she's upcoming as Rachel Taylor. She's right here. I don't know if you could see her. She's also in Transformers. She's the blonde girl in Transformers. That's crazy. She's from, I think, New Zealand or something like that, and she hides the accent really well, so that's pretty cool. But she's going to have a great career, and this is a pretty freaky movie, and the features are pretty cool, too. Garbage. I mean, looks great. That's about it. Next up, awesome series. One of my favorite superhero movies, along with... I'm not going to mention them, because that could be a good video. So, anyways, it's the Spider-Man box set. This was the first movie I ever got, because it came with my PS3. But I wanted all the other ones, too, so I traded that one in, and I got this 2-disc. The 2-disc special edition, which is something you have to say when you do these type of things. But, I don't know. I loved it, and they all look great on Blu-ray. And how can you have a Blu-ray and not have the Spider-Man box set, or even any of them? Next up is a movie called Starship Troopers. Awesome on DVD. It's such an amazing movie. I mean, the second one was horrific. Third one was still kind of bad. But this is the original, and it's the best one, and it's really awesome. And I wish they would have made a real sequel and not just kind of like a bullshit, let's make money straight to DVD type of movie. This movie, I didn't expect much. I didn't think I was going to like it because I don't like John C. Reilly. And it's Step Brothers, and man, this movie was so hilarious. Of course, this is produced by Judd Apatow, and super, super funny. I mean, because I don't think he's funny, but this movie was hilarious. Definitely caught me by surprise, and you should definitely check this one out. I'm sure everybody has it. Next up, I've mentioned this movie before, and it's Step Up 2, and I really kind of liked it. I thought it was very enjoyable. I like these kind of underdog movies. I loved it a lot. I loved it a lot more than I liked, or I should say, I liked it a lot more than I did the first one. And the dancing is really cool, and you should definitely check it out. At least rent it. I know nobody's gonna buy it, but you should definitely, if it comes on TV, check it out, or rent it. Have your girlfriend rent it. Next one is one of the ones I got free, and it's Stir of Echoes. And this one didn't look all that amazing on Blu-ray, but I thought it was a cool, creepy type of movie. And it's so weird that this is out on Blu-ray, yet there's some other movies that aren't yet. So it's kind of odd, but got it free, and it is a bit creepy. So speaking of creepy, this movie is awesome. I loved it in the theater, and it's one of those movies where, like, you know what's gonna happen, but you're still kind of like, for when it does happen. And it's The Strangers. And when I first saw this, I saw this when I was watching Balls of Fury, and they had a trailer in it, and it was this movie. And myself, my brother, my girlfriend, we were all watching. We were like, we have to see that. And it was incredible. Liv Tyler did such an amazing job. I think she was the best person in this movie because her expressions in this movie were out of this world. And that is the creepiest villain I've ever seen in a movie. Mark it down. I said it. Quote me on that. Next up is just a great action movie. Great kind of like gritty, gangsterish, dirty kind of movie, and it's Street Kings. And I didn't. This is one of those movies where, like, I wouldn't want to see in the theater, but I would want them DVD or Blu-ray for some reason. I don't know why, but it was really great. The action was cool. It was definitely really violent. It was a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be, and a lot of people you recognize are in this movie. They didn't just get, like, they couldn't get, like, regular, background people. They had to get people that everybody's heard of and stuff. If that made any sense. Extras. Famous extras. There you go. Next up, love this movie. I've talked about this movie probably more than any movie out of all my videos, and it's super bad. I really don't need to explain more. I love it to death. Such a classic. Buy it. And I love the table reads, and I say that too But I do love the table reads. I wish more Blu-rays would come with the table reads because those are hilarious. Next up was a movie I was debating for quite some time to get, and my girlfriend wanted to see it, and my brother told me it was amazing, and then I really didn't enjoy it all that much because it's a musical, so, you know, and you can probably guess because it's going in alphabetical order, and it's Sweeney Todd. It wasn't bad, but this is a movie I would only watch once. I really would. There was way too much singing. I wish there was a little bit less singing and more dialogue and talking and stuff, even though it is a musical, but still. But it was alright. My girlfriend loves it to death. She even got the soundtrack, and that's kind of weird to me because she doesn't really buy CDs. So. Next up is another one I got free, and this movie I thought was cool on DVD. I didn't think it was like amazing or anything, but it was cool, and I figured there wasn't really much to choose from. So, Swordfish, and was this Hugh Jack? Oh no, it's Hugh Jackman's I think second movie. Showed that he can do more than be Wolverine. Don Cheadle's in this. We got John Travolta, Halle Berry, and we all know what she does in this movie. Yes, we do. For those who don't know, she shows her boobies. Next up is probably either the third, fourth, or fifth movie I bought because I got these all together, and it's Tears of the Sun. Never seen it before. I always wanted to buy this on DVD, and I never got around to it. And this movie is crazy. There's some graphic shit in this movie, definitely. Great action movie. It's a good movie. Good stuff. Next up, everybody says this movie sucked. I mean, everybody. But the thing is, you should never listen to what everybody else says because you may have a different opinion. And you may like something different than somebody else does. And this is one of those cases where I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised. And it was 10,000 BC. This movie looked, first of all, it looked fantastic on Blu-ray. This is the first movie I saw on, never mind. This movie is awesome. I shouldn't say awesome, but it was good. It looked great, and you should definitely check it out. Pleasantly surprised on that one. Next up, crazy movie. 30 Days a Night. Really, really, really graphic. But it's really cool. It's definitely, I thought I would have loved it the second time even more than the first time, but I really did like it better the first time I saw it. And then my Blu-rays are falling over. Next up, it's a classic. Everybody loves it. And it's $300. I got this with the buy one get one at Best Buy back in 07, like I said, with Harry Potter. I had gotten this, Harry Potter, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I can't remember. There's another one, but I don't remember. But this is, of course, fantastic. Zack Snyder is a genius, and The Watchmen was insane. Loved it. Can't wait to get that on Blu-ray. But it was awesome, and you should definitely buy this if you have a Blu-ray player. Next up, I was big in when I first got my Blu-ray player. I wanted to buy everything, like I mentioned before, and while this movie was good, I could have done without it. And it's 3:10 to Yuma. Don't get me wrong, it's really well acted. It was a great movie, but it's just one of those movies. I'm not big on westerns, and it's one of those movies I knew I would only watch once, and I've only watched it once, and I kind of don't have the urge to watch it again. So next up, if you have a Blu-ray player, you have to buy this. And now that everywhere's selling it for cheap, you have no reason not to. Transformers. Incredible, basically. Nothing more needs to be said. Next up, Transporter 2. Loved this one more than the first one, and I had to get it on Blu-ray. So, really pleasantly surprised. Tropic Thunder, hilarious, over-the-top comedy, great stuff. Buy it, especially now that it's cheap. Next up is Troy. I saw this in the theater, and I actually kind of fell asleep, but I remember it being kind of cool, and it looked fantastic. And the only thing is it's super, super long. It's like over 3 hours, so that's like half of your day when you're done watching it. You're like, shit. Last up is 21. I love this movie. I thought it was a great drama movie. It definitely kept me on the edge of my seat, and I really liked everybody in this movie. It's so great. You have to watch this. It's just an overall great movie. Well, there you go. That was shelf number 7. Or was it shelf number 6? Shelf number 6 will be on the shelf.